What happens if you never open your windows? Hello friends. Today we will talk that what happens if you never open your windows. Houses generally have a lot of windows, but most people don't know that they actually serve a purpose beyond simply introducing natural light into the house and adding aesthetic value to the property. In reality, windows serve a critical role in ensuring that your house is properly ventilated. Opening windows allows fresh air to circulate throughout the house. So with that being said, what happens if you never open them? We did the research to bring you the answer. It's important to open windows regularly to introduce fresh air into your house and ensure that your house is properly ventilated. If you never open your windows, levels of pollutants in the air you breathe are likely to increase. This can eventually harm your health. If you still have some questions about windows and your house's ventilation, don't worry. In this video, we'll discuss the topic at length, and we'll answer some additional questions you might have. Without further ado, let's get into it. How often should you open your windows? Now that we've established that regularly opening your windows promotes proper ventilation, you might be wondering just how often you should do so. The answer depends largely on the climate and the air quality both inside and outside, but in general, you should open your windows every other day for 5 to 15 minutes at a time. If you live in a humid climate, you should open your windows for a few minutes at a time every other day or so. As we'll discuss later, the goal is to rid the indoors of humid, moist air. Thus, in a humid environment, frequently opening windows will be counterproductive. The frequency at which you should open your windows also depends on the air quality both inside and outside your house. If you do a lot of cooking, have pets, or have ongoing indoor projects that produce noxious fumes, you should open your windows daily for 5 to 15 minutes at a time, assuming the outside air quality is good. This will ensure that the stale inside air is purged and replaced with fresh air. If the outside air quality is poor, however, you should avoid opening your windows until the air quality improves. Should you open windows at night? You should open at least one window at night, preferably in the room in which you're sleeping. Doing so will introduce fresh outside air into the room, which is instrumental when it comes to your overall health and well-being. Furthermore, the aroma of the fresh nighttime air is particularly soothing, and it will undoubtedly improve your sleep. Is it bad to sleep with windows closed? Fresh air is critical in ensuring optimal health, and it's even more important when you sleep. So, sleeping with the windows closed can adversely affect your health. When you're asleep, your body is recovering and resting, and fresh air circulating throughout your sleeping space will facilitate this process. If you don't open any windows, the stale inside air will continue to fester in the room. The window doesn't have to be completely open. Even cracking it slightly will make a notable impact. In sum, the air around you when you sleep is more important than you might think. Should you open your windows during a tornado? You may have heard that it's a good idea to open your windows during a tornado because it will equalize the pressure. However, this is merely a myth and a dangerous one at that. In reality, taking the time to open your windows means less time to take shelter. What's more, attempting to open the windows during a tornado might even put you directly in harm's way. In the event of a tornado, it's best to leave your windows closed and get to a safe place. Is it bad to sleep with a fan blowing on you? Many people swear by sleeping with a fan on, but the truth is, sleeping with a fan blowing on you can lead to dehydration, sinus problems, and possibly a sore throat the following day. Additionally, if the room is dusty, the dust will be circulated around the room all night long, which can lead to other problematic health issues. And these problems will be exacerbated the closer the fan is to you and the higher the speed setting is. At this point, you might be thinking that it will be impossible to sleep without a fan on. If you absolutely must sleep with a fan on, turn the fan on a low speed setting, and ensure that it isn't right by your face. It's also a good idea to position the fan so that it isn't blowing directly at you. Why is it good to air out your house? Unfortunately, most people never consider deliberately airing out their house. But in reality, airing out the house is one of the most important components of a good ventilation plan. There are numerous benefits associated with airing out your house, and we'll discuss them below. It replaces old air with fresh air. When your house isn't aired out, the indoor air becomes stuffy and stagnant, and carbon dioxide and other toxins accumulate in the air. Any indoor projects like painting will further infuse this indoor air with toxins and odors that can be harmful to your health. Airing out your house purges it of this stale air and replaces it with fresh, clean air. It keeps your house smelling fresh. Airing out your house also keeps it smelling fresh. As mentioned, old air accumulates inside, and over time, it starts to smell less than pleasant. This is especially true if you have indoor pets. By regularly airing out your house for just a few minutes at a time, the air from outside will give your house a fresh scent. It prevents mold growth. In most cases, the air inside is more humid than the air outside. This means that, if this air isn't regularly purged, it can facilitate mold growth, and nobody wants that. Mold is not only unsightly, but it can also pose a health risk to you and your family. Airing out your house regularly is a great way to replace this humid and with fresh outside air and thus deter mold growth. Is it better to sleep with curtains open or closed? Let's be honest. We all love blackout curtains because they let us get that extra hour or so of sleep in the morning. But is it better to sleep with the curtains open instead? Actually, it is. When you sleep with the curtains open, it will be easier for you to wake up in the morning. Don't believe us? We'll explain. The use of blackout curtains actually results in lower levels of melatonin production, the chemical that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. When the room is kept virtually pitch black through the early morning hours, your body will think it should continue sleeping, which makes it extremely difficult to actually get up and be productive. When you keep the curtains open at night, your body can gradually wake up as the daylight begins filling your bedroom. You'll feel more awake and alert when it comes time to get out of bed and start your day, and you'll better resist the urge to hit snooze on your alarm clock. Should I sleep with the blinds open? If your windows have blinds, you should sleep with them open. The idea here is the same as what we discussed earlier. When the morning light can gradually fill your room with the rising sun, it'll be easier to wake up and get out of bed each morning. If you're uncomfortable sleeping with the blinds completely open, which is certainly understandable, simply angle them slightly upward or downward. This will give you some privacy while still allowing ample light to enter when the sun rises in the morning. We hope this video has helped you better understand the health benefits associated with opening your windows. Be sure to open your windows frequently to enjoy the many benefits of a well-ventilated house. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For getting more useful and interesting information, subscribe to the engineer AJ Lard's channel, How to Make Home.